Well, this is not a secret that the CS2 market is currently in a rough spot ever since the new Armory update. Not that many people came back to the game, and right now the cheating problem adds also to these investments up, and most of the skins from these collections that have been introduced to the Armory are currently crashing significantly up on the markets. Some of these are looking great, yes, no questions asked. I mean, it is pretty interesting ever since, for example, the M4A4 Falak came out. It was selling for 226 euros up on the Steam community market. These were the first purchases made roughly around that area, and as you can see, we've risen all the way up to 300 euros and ever since crashed down to 250, and right now the cheapest one selling is for 222. It's definitely an all-time low for the skin. Meanwhile, the field tested condition has also bounced lower, but Minimalware is not even close to all-time lows. It was selling for 58 euros, went all the way up to 120, which is pretty insane in my opinion, and already we've rebounded all the way down to 80 if we compare it to some other Armory skins. The M4A4 Hellish from the Train 20 and 25 collection is currently sitting at the same price, which is absolutely insane. When it came out, it was selling for 200 euros, the same price it's sitting at right now. And after a couple of months, we've seen all-time highs of this skin, and it was selling for slightly more because the demand has picked up. Way more people were interested in these skins, and generally speaking, it was a very long time in the Armory and people have finally noticed it, I guess. But the supply was always increasing and it was getting more volatile with every single day. Ever since these collections have been announced, discontinued, the last chains to claim these offers, it took Valve almost 3 months, and that's why prices up on these are currently crashing, just because Valve made this decision to keep these skins for such a long time in the Armory. And right now a lot of investors are trying to sell off these skins because maybe they've spent way too much money up on the Armory and right now they're trying to get the money back. Obviously not all of it because they've lost a lot, that's at least my prediction, but sometimes buying these skins very early up on the markets can be a great advice. But as you can see, when this skin came out, it was actually also selling for 100 euros up on the Steam community market, which is pretty insane. We're currently doing the Glock 18 Nuclear Garden giveaway exclusively up on this channel. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up on this video, comment something down below to be eligible because I will be choosing one random comment. I wish to all of you the best of luck, and let's get right into the next investment on our list. As you know, I've bought this USP Spiral Glitch in the factory new USP-S Spiral Glitch in the factory new condition, and ever since I've got it for 130 euros, prices have risen all the way up to 200, and right now we're selling for the same price, so prices certainly came down on third-party websites. Meanwhile, up on the Steam community market, these are actually very stable. As you can see, we've been selling at around 150, 130 euros, have went up all the way to 180. Sometimes these skins are getting sold less just because the factory new condition is super rare. And as you can see, there's not even many of these listed in the factory new condition. And down the line, I don't expect many of these to be out there because it's maybe not the most desirable USP skin. And most people could be using them up for trade-ups. It's definitely great trade-up fuel because the float caps up on all these skins are the same. And the other pink skins is way more desirable in my opinion. But the minimal wear condition has definitely increased the most, all the way up from 40 euros. We've already been selling for 80, but as you know, a lot of these skins are currently going even lower up on the markets because the demand has started to decline. Just because, yes, these are new skins and not everyone is willing to spend their Armory stars, so they're not even buying them up on third-party websites. But this could be a very big mistake since these skins could certainly be doubling in the near future. That's at least just my own opinion. Do always your own research up on these investments. Also, I have pretty much good news for those who have been still holding their overpass skins. I mean, the Zeus Dragon Snore in the factory new condition at a certain point in time was selling for 200 euros. It's absolutely ridiculous, and when it came out it was 100, so we're sitting right now at all-time lows, and on third-party websites you can grab these even cheaper. Valve has announced a new collection to be introduced in the Armory. It could be happening in a couple of months. They've requested the skins, right? And I have a very interesting take because ever since the last Armory update with the M4 Fade, Valve has actually learned a lot of things, and that's why they made these skins float capped from 0 to 1. Expect the Glock, it has slightly different odds. It's not guaranteed that Valve could keep these sales shorter because the new items that have been introduced into the Armory are gonna stay for around 1 year, that's my prediction, but Valve could certainly also extend these. And right now actually a lot of people are buying these skins, so this could be definitely a very interesting strategy to go for these. The field tested condition was never really expensive. I mean, we've been selling for almost 50 euros, right now selling for 18. That's also a very big price decrease, but obviously because this collection wasn't removed. But if we're honest, this collection is way rarer than the Sport and Field collection, and the factory new conditions are still going to be quite rare, I would say. Obviously, the AVP Krakow is way more desirable, but it's also slightly more expensive. In the past, in the factory new condition, we were always selling for 300 euros. At a certain point in time, these skins were manipulated all the way up to 480 euros just because the demand was super huge. Everyone was thinking, yeah, they're gonna miss out, these skins will be discontinued next or something. I mean, it's absolutely insane how long these skins have been already in the Armory, and right now we're sitting also at all-time lows, pretty much in all of the conditions that exist. And the train collection is pretty much a different story just because these pink skins, for example, have went all the way up from 200 euros all the way down, selling for 60 something euros up on third-party websites for a factory new skin. I think it's definitely worth to grab these if you still haven't gotten, just because these are very clean play skins. But as I said, do your own research. If you're interested in other CS2 investment videos, definitely go ahead and watch our other videos, join the Discord community, the link will be down in the description.